So there is a Vivian, if you want to explain about the report and whatnot.
Which report?
The regular report, and then the report where Key and I gave our statements to high commands. That might help them with the subpoena.
Yes. Sorry. Okay. So obviously you guys are aware of the.
Yeah, our game plan is to talk to Ruby, Key. Can't talk to Oxby. Probably re-interview the 3 PPOs that the names are thrown around.
Yeah, their statements aren't documented anywhere. That kind of led to the ultimate thing. That is a lot of the key evidence that would lead to a conspiracy subpoena.
There's
documented to rely on accordingly.
It's unfortunate.
We didn't get a chance, to put it down.
Everything just happened so fast. Honestly,
No, it's not blaming it. It's just
I know
fundamentally what we need to proceed with the subpoena to get it done the way
we
just want it.
I have some information that I will give over. It's notes that I took in a private report that I said I'd be sharing with High Command anyway, so I can hand those over as well.
If I could add some pointed questions, was the topic of PNT brought up?
To who?
In the meeting with
Bubba?
Yes, yeah.
So here were the 3 situations that we were planning to bring up with Bubba. 5 minutes before meeting with Bubba, and the chief was in here with us, he literally sent Key a text saying, I want to go to shift 1, I need a fresh start. But these were the 3 things that we were going to bring up with him. One is we were going to talk to him about how he's been telling people that Shift 2 Command don't care about him, are not interested in him, they don't care about his health, and that all we do is listen to criminals instead of to him, and that was in regard to the Hound situation. The second situation that we wanted to talk to him about was in regard to his employment and bouncing back and forth. So the night before ODPD was even announced and the votes were announced, the night before it was announced, he told Key, I'm transferring to ODPD. I then got a call from Rosner saying, is everything okay with Bubba? He's just asked how do I transfer to BCSO. We're like, what the hell is going on? Earlier on Saturday, before we were all shot, he told Key that he was sorry, that he's going to stay with LSPD, and he's committing to help us. However, Mona Keller, I don't know why, but he told Mona Keller that he's staying in shift 2 to spite us and sabotage us. And then 5 minutes before the meeting,
Bubba
he said he wanted to go to shift 1. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Mona is somebody we probably need to talk with.
So
we were going to talk to
statement
him
down.
Yeah.
This is the thing that I don't want doing is getting all the information being put out there and aired out to everybody.
Yeah.
No.
Especially now that we've got people who, very recently got their own department, also have access to the high command stuff. So I have got a private report with a couple of key points from Mona and stuff with the statement that she gave me.
So we wanted to talk about that. And then the third issue was the fact that Bubba told Oxby and Key that he just on Friday night had saved 3 PPOs from quitting. So we started.
Oh my God! If they don't get conspiracy on this, I don't know what is.
First, and oh boy, we found out a lot of stuff. Then we talked to Paul second, and he confirmed nearly absolutely everything that she said. Pretty much lies and saying that High Command want to fire them. High Command don't like it, and Command don't like it when they go off duty. Shift 2 Command never wanted to hire them. Shift 2 Command this, Shift 2 Command that, and Frodo and Bubba had painted a picture where Shift 2 Command is terrible. Let's just get you to full officer so you can transfer. And a bunch of other stuff as well. We didn't get a chance to talk to Omar.
They say no, they're good.
So those were the 3.
I talked to him.
They were the three things we wanted to bring up with Bubba. Key literally got out 3 sentences and Bubba just started screaming at the top of his lungs. I was just in shock. Oxby tried to calm him down. It did not work. He said, I know how you're going to paint this narrative, blah, blah, blah. You're going to say that Bubba started shouting and got emotional. And he said, well, I'm done. I'm out and I'm not apologizing. And I remember Key yelling back, I didn't ask you to apologize. And he said, well, I'm done. He said, well, just drop your weapons here then. And that's the last thing Oxby just went down so quickly.
Jesus. I mean, just based on that retelling, it sounds to me like there's 2 major blocks here. One is the intent to transfer, and the question of premeditation to what occurred and whether there are co-conspirators. The second, the PPO situation and the what sounds like a intent to destabilize between your statement, Key's statement, and Mona's. I would be shocked if there's not enough probable cause for at least 2 days before, 2 days after, as there is
I think
innate evidence of who's contacting him before, what was stated afterwards, right? And the big thing is, right, the possibility of first-degree murder, the afterthought that needs to be analyzed, right?
Yeah. Once he's still in the ICU, he could still, something could happen, and we need to have the evidence accordingly to know the appropriate charge to push.
Mm-hmm.
First things first is getting all that documented down on paper, though, so that we can rely on it as evidence in the subpoena and then refer back to it.
In relation to Bubba and Frodo, is there any evidence of the the working together over this? Like, you mentioned Frodo in the conversation. Was this stated by someone? Is there
Yes.
That's Mona?
No, Mona will be in regard to Bubba because he told her a bunch of stuff. But in regard to Frodo, his is a little bit tougher because I believe that he used Bubba to kind of, But the one thing that both of the PPOs said was, private information from a command and PNT meeting, they went straight to the PPOs and they framed it as command don't like you, command don't like it when you're off duty, command want to fire you. One of the PPOs said to me, I was too afraid when I was off duty to drive past MRPD in case somebody saw me and saw that I was off duty. Command don't want us to go to 911s. Command don't want us responding to senior buns. Command just want us to do 77s. And, and this is something none of us have ever said.
Yeah.
So this is all a narrative that's come down from Frodo.
Which PPO said that they were scared to drive by MRPD?
Hammerstein.
What the fuck?
Him and Lucy were off together. She thought she was going to get fired because Bubba had told her that we were upset that she had been taken hostage too many times. I mean, that's not her fault, right?
Oh, fired for being kidnapped?
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I have a question. When did these fears start getting built up according to them? Like, when did these chatters start getting to them? Was this like a few days before the shooting? Has this been a developing thing over
that
2
could be
weeks?
corruption?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, over 2 weeks.
Can you kind of pinpoint like the earliest starting point?
Almost 10 weeks ago. I'm going to guesstimate about 10 weeks. Probably we were about to do an academy. And I noticed that Frodo, Bubba, and Polo were having a meeting. It was a very odd place to have a meeting. It's near that mine, that you know what I'm talking about? The big mine that splits up and it should be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the
Oh,
one,
the old mine shaft, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
by off of Route 68.
Yeah, over
Oh,
there
behind
somewhere.
Harmony.
Yeah.
And I thought, gosh, that's an odd place, but maybe they're just having a meeting, getting ready.
When was this? Sorry, in
I
relation
would
to
say
Saturday.
this is about 10. This is when I believe stuff started happening, almost 9 to 10 weeks ago. It was right before an academy. And I said to Oxby, something doesn't feel right. They've started being a little bit snippy, and you could just tell, right, when you talk to people, something's the three of them were kind of like trying to hide something or gatekeep something. So Oxby pulled Polo aside and said, "Hey, what's going on?" And he pretty much said, and this is back when Peach was running PNT, that Frodo told them that they are his FTIs, that he has chosen them, that he is in charge and he gets to choose who he wants, and that they are not to listen to command or high command because it's Peach and him running PNT. Now, you need to understand that under Pred, that was the narrative at the time. And I think it's just kind of oozed through the weeks. But lately, we could tell with this set of cadets that it was getting worse.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
In regard to this stuff with Bubba, it pretty much started on the 25th of March, where he was shot down with the hounds. I believe Vale is looking into officers that have been instigating things,
guilty or not guilty, chat?
Against the hounds.
1 if guilty, 2 if not guilty.
And I think you'll find that's Johnson and Bubba.
And we'll have to double check with Vale, but I believe she's been looking at it kind of from a surface level perspective, like monitoring. I'm uncertain if she's gone like really deep into it. Yeah.
Yeah, Bubba was furious, and he accused Oxby and I of being the ones that called the hounds. We did not.
No, not guilty.
Vale kind of looked into several things that particular day, and she was the one that gave us their side of things. Now, we don't, we take a grain of salt, but the fact is he specifically told us that he stopped right in front of their driveway to reply to a text message. Now, I'm not dumb. You're not dumb. He's not dumb. You don't stop right there. You just in their driveway. I mean, even the evidence photos show his car in their driveway.
Just one moment. Are we doing it through a marshal subpoena, Brian?
I would
So that it isn't in
recommend
view?
that. Yeah.
'Cause it's okay. So, Gravy, you've got a normal subpoena up. Do we need to get rid of that so that you guys can put up a marshal subpoena? Because everybody's going to see this right
Yeah,
now.
we can move it up.
Oh yeah, if you can move it, then that's fine. Then yeah.
If
Thank
you and Wayne want to work on it together on like something you both have access to, and then we can kind of put it in once it's finalized. Once you guys have sorted
Yeah, I'm
it
taking
out
notes on a
together.
private report right now, and then when we're
Thank
ready
you,
to start
Gravy.
doing
Appreciate it.
subpoena, I'll work on the private notes, and I'll just share it with Wayne. We can.
What's the one that needs to get moved right now?
It's going to be
Yeah.
45062.
Separately, I would, because Wayne's not going to be able to see the high command report. We can do one of two things. We can move that, or alternatively add his state ID to it, so you can see some of the contents.
You just add him.
Yeah.
Should we move it then somewhere that it can? I don't know where we're all gonna see it without everybody else seeing it. That's the only thing.
And just leave it high command and share it with their state IDs.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do that. I didn't realize I could do that. I'll do that then. 1 second.
I would actually, I'm reneging. I think it should go into state marshal, and the reason is that if it's got critical statements in there, that would need to be opened up for the DOJ anyways, from whomever is reading it.
That report will need to be shared with DOJ regardless.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I move, like, if someone moves, so one of you would have to move it, right? The high
What's
command
the
report.
number?
Let me find it. Am I still going to be able to add stuff to it though, or am I not going to be able to see it?
To marshal.
Yeah. However you all want to do it, we could
probably the
keep
best
it high
way.
command and just keep a reference to that, perhaps.
Yeah.
With the shared
Yeah.
links to both V, or the shared addition to both V and Jong.
If I could, if you want, you could do a private report, just copy paste everything in there, and share it that way too.
Yeah.
I'd rather just keep it as the high command report. That way, if something gets added, we're not working off of old information that's
fair.
copied over roads rule violation bullshit nonsense.
Yeah.
So what, can I share it with with?
Yeah. So
but-
what's the
okay.
high command report number?
So the high command report number is 44969.
Boom. And
Hypothetical. I hate that I'm saying this. Does all 4 departments have access to this, right?
Yep.
This is a hyper sidebar. We're not going to do it right now, but Blunt, we should consider having an IAA category in which we give people temporary access to that so that they can work in it with our supervision. You know what I mean? I think, because this is like we've hit this block a couple times, but we'll cook on that if I remember tomorrow.
I'll note it down.
Yeah. It's like, you get what I'm saying, right? Like, we would give like everyone in this room that tag for this, and then once that thing is concluded, it removes this.
Remove everybody. And oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it looks
dear.
like something's
That's-
happening at the airport.
That's a holdout.
Oh,
Oh, I
Right.
guess they
There
just
goes
got blown
PD.
up. I think they just got blown up.
Springfield, what's the location of Frodo at this time?
What's my location?
No, Frodo's.
I dropped him off
They're
at
only the
Maxwell's
hangout.
house in Mirror Park.
Wayne,
Pretty
what's
Hey,
the
sure.
city?
Firm, I want you to shadow as best you can.
20909.
I mean, I've already lost sight of him. I don't know where the
20909.
he is.
Hey, Firm. Okay.
And V, what's
You're good.
yours?
That was like 10 minutes
16558.
ago.
16558.
All right. You've both been shared that report.
Are you up for this, Gravy? I really wanted you to just ease yourself back in.
The 3 people that, you know, at work have supported me the most were on the ground, and I didn't know if they were going to be dead. So yeah, I'm up for it.
Okay.
One thing, I think we're done here, I presume.
Yeah. And then
All right.
we all have
Easy.
marching orders and next steps.
This sounds like a pretty good plan. I the sooner we get this done, the better. Ideally, we should have as close to putting together what we can by like end of day. Want help them with everything and anything they need. Anything needs my sign off, just let me know. Be it a signature and otherwise.
Yeah, the only thing that might cause delay there is getting the statements done, the underlying pretext statements. But as quickly as we
Yeah.
can get them in, then the subpoena shouldn't be
Okay.
too long after that.
Easy.
Be available to sign and advise as needed all the way through.
Okay. All right. I mean, even if we get like, let's say we needed everything, we just need like one more statement from Key. Nothing does preclude him from asking him the direct question needed to cross the line, right? Because we don't need. You get what I'm saying.
It's not somewhat like it's
yeah.
more, I guess, the the PPOs and getting that documented of leading up.
Yeah.
Leading up to it. That's really going to be.
Wait, look at that name, like that 311. I need to call Nick. Nikki's on the scene of the fucking. Hang on.
What the hell?
What did Springfield just say about where's Frodo at? Did she?
At Maxwell's
Hey,
house.
what do you mean about Frodo?
I'm gonna call him.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Where is he,
I'm trying to
hostage?
I'm trying to figure out what the
Going
hell's
to be
going on because we
careful.
just dropped him off at home, Nikki.
I just want to make if he doesn't. Answer,
I'm
then
telling
that's a
you,
good
that
point.
fucking rat bitch is probably
you okay?
kidnapped, got himself kidnapped. You know what I mean? Yo.
Cough if you're a hostage. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Good to know. We thought you were.
Tell him to share his location.
Can you
with
share your location with me just to make sure you're okay? Okay.
Cheeky.
Outside burger shop picking up your paycheck.
Okay. I've got to go back to the meeting. Okay. Thank you, Nikki. Bye.
In your senior buns.
Oh, okay.
They he was just on the phone
417.
to Nikki and got taken hostage. We think. He said, "I've got to go. I've got to go. I've got to go," and put the phone down on her. So. Unfortunately, we don't have 10
Black
units to
Bravado,
go looking
okay.
for him right now.
I see.
Yeah.
They got all the suspects in the shootout, though. By the way.
Ooh.
Yeah.
One thing I know he's on administrative leave. Note that there is the potential of a quit and transfer, and so like which may make things significantly more difficult for y'all. So
What I don't understand is that the last thing that I heard in regard to ODPD is that they were just going to concentrate on shift 1. And then somehow Frodo and Bubba have got into their head that they're going over there.
I mean,
oh no,
it doesn't
that's what
shock
they
me.
say and what they do, right?
I mean,
Like-
Frodo and Bubba are like very, very, very inside the clique of Peach. Like that since day one.
Yeah, I mean,
so I'm not shocked that they would transfer.
Yeah,
or say they would.
I don't necessarily think that this is planned all the way to the top, but I, kind of like V saying, the idea may have been floated like, hey, we can, what if I do become the shift 2 captain, right? And bring over PNT.
Good God.
Yeah. One thing, by the way, to note, we are kind of looking into it. I came to the realization that 2 of their captains, or whatever rank it is, one doesn't have a weapons license. The other one somehow has one, despite the criminal use case by Aaron. So,
I was called a long time ago by a clerk because there's absolutely nothing in legislation anywhere that states that when you have your weapons license removed, that you just can't go the next day and get another one. There's no cooldown periods. There's no nothing. You literally could get arrested for criminal use, have your weapons license taken off of you, and go get another one.
But I thought you couldn't have. I thought you couldn't have any gun-related crimes on your record to get a license.
No violent felonies.
Yeah.
No violent felonies is what it says.
But the second is a background check, which would innately have that.
But criminal use is a misdemeanor, so it's a wishy-washy gray area of which you will find that clerks have gone, oh, it's a misdemeanor. You're good. Here's your license.
The reason why they had it removed, though.
Is the legislation still saying violent felonies only? Is that why they spent?
The last time I read it, yes, and this was, I believe I was at the courthouse, or a clerk called me, and he was with Carmine and Jeb, and Jeb got his license. I think Jeb got his license back immediately. I could be wrong.
Well, someone didn't read it right, because Article 9 says removal of weapon license guidelines. Citizens will have their weapons license revoked. Shall they be convicted of criminal negligent violation of the prohibited actions above? So because that has occurred, that until it is removed, ipso facto it would be removed again, right? So
yeah, it does actually say removed on a violent felony or violent misdemeanor. And then in article, why was it? Oh my god, I just lost it.
yeah, Article 9D.
Yeah, so that was Article 9, and there was another.
Jeb doesn't have
find it.
his. Jeb doesn't have it. Maybe he's just patrolling without a firearm.
Yeah, Carmine does though. Unless he got the charge removed, but I still see criminal use on there.
So it looks like most of those things in the legislation where Article 2 would let them have it, but then Article 9 would put them in a loop of removal. So it's be like Knight described. They get it, then instantly lose it. They get it, they lose it again. They get it, they lose it again.
Well, that's what Article 2.2 is. It's a background check. So given, you know what I mean? So
yeah, they should be checking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it is possible that Carmine got his back when he was rehired as a police officer.
Oh,
that'll be it.
Oh no, someone gave him a weapons license.
Right. So when you get hired to a department, you are issued a license from that department to use department issued firearms.
Yeah, you can see in his history.
And should have one too.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
Yeah, so if you look at Carmine's history, it's been revoked. No one's granted one though, which means the license that he's got is the automatic one he gets for being hired. Yeah, the administrative weapons license.
So they issued him a PD weapons license when he doesn't have a I'm so confused.
Wait, then how does Jeb not have one? Maybe he removed it himself?
If he already had police permissions.
Yeah.
He may not have been removed correctly. Does that make sense?
No, he revoked it. He revoked it.
Oh, okay. So Jeb did the right thing.
So he got a weapons license from the clerk a month ago, probably just after the court thing, right? Justice Alan Crane revoked it with the excuse of dumb issuance, because he shouldn't have been issued it with the criminal history, basically.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah. Crane pulled me aside and he was like, what the fuck is this? And then...
Yeah, Jeb's been hired onto PD and Jeb has self-revoked the license given to him during PD. So yeah, he must be patrolling without a weapon. By the way, he was patrolling, I guess, in a golf cart, just doing like minimal duties. So yeah. He must not be armed.
I have had officers ask, do we pull them over when they're breaking the law? Like riding on the sidewalks, doing jumps and all sorts of things like that in their vehicles.
Are they in an emergency vehicle, like on an emergency call?
Well, according to the law that Carmine introduced, technically they can, yes.
In their golf carts.
Yeah.
Wait, what law?
With no lights and sirens.
Blunt, you know how like a lot of the legislation changed when Carmine put it in? He kind of opened the door that, yes, if they want to, someone could go and pull them over.
Oh, let me go and pull them over if they're in a non-emergency vehicle. Do that. I mean, I was pulled over by an LSPD officer because I ran a red light in a non-emergency situation. And honestly, I'm glad they did.
Yeah, I agree.
Makes sense, right?
I mean, I'm not aware of any law that would make them immune from that.
No.
Okay. Wow. Are there any other hard conversations today?
So for us, we still need to speak to Omar. He is the first PPO. he is the one that brought up the whole issue of I feel like, you know, command doesn't want me. I don't feel like I have their backing.
Oh my
blah, blah, blah.
God.
He's the one that sort of felt that way. I've noticed that he's been hanging out with Dean Johnson a lot and went and visited Bubba. And then once Kia's around, I believe we're going to try and pull
what
Frodo.
the fuck?
But I'm not sure. I have a feeling I'd like to wait for subpoena results.
Yeah.
Because if he is complicit in
Yeah.
other ways, that will definitely make this conversation a lot easier.
That makes sense.
I did think about asking for a consent subpoena when we were putting him on leave, but thought it was against better judgment if we're trying to. I mean, I'm sure he knows it's coming to him.
I know you only want to do 2 days before, but quite honestly, if you could do back to the 25th of March, that is the day that he, quote unquote, was shot by the hounds, I think you'll find a pattern of conversations.
Just if you can, Ruby, articulate your belief of that in your statement accordingly.
Yeah.
Rely on it. As
yeah.
such, as you're the one that's as familiar with it as possible.
Yeah. That that makes a lot of sense. Is that what came out of that stirred this? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm still like dumbfounded, just like thinking about this situation.
So I had the whole reason this kicked off is because Chatterbox called me and he said that guy at the Hounds 260, myself and Osvaldo were in his trunk for 2 hours. I did try to ask him questions. He wouldn't tell me anything. He was shot at the scene, caught in the crossfire with the Hounds.
Oh my God, I would totally eat this.
And he then went to the hospital, and someone must have brought Bubba's car to the hospital. He went and stole Bubba's car and said he took 25 IFAXs out of the glove box. Now, of course, I'm not going to believe everything a clown said.
Oh my God.
However, I did have a sneak peek, I'm sorry, at your search warrant results. And I find it extremely interesting that the stacks of IFAXs that you found in his vehicles were all in 25s.
Oh!
That's just a big assumption, but there you go.
What was the last bit?
Crazy.
Sorry? What was the last bit there? Fuck.
I did a sneaky look at the search warrant results from his other police car. And the exact amount of IFAX are the same stacks. What do you have? 25 IFAXs, 25 tourniquets. And he said there's no way he would ever buy. He told Oxby and I that it's impossible. I'd never buy 25. I'd never leave 25 in my car.
Oh, what the fuck?
That's crazy.
Fuck.
So he lied.
He
possibly.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possibly. There's a physical evidence that he
multiple times, and he's been caught out doing so. So,
is
that documented in that command report that was on that situation?
I did write a command report. I don't know if you can see it because of what's going on.
Dude, come on. Dude, Pringles have such amazing texture. Imagine chocolate, like really nice milk chocolate. It's you getting that milk chocolate snap melting in your mouth and then hitting that Pringle taste.
No, give me one
second. Fuck me. Bro, I do that with like fucking.
I'm pretty sure it has
like
Rhodes text me.
Oh my God. Fucking sour cream and onion. Oh fuck.
Ranks, aside from PD detectives, PD detectives, and then obviously the rank is given to people to oversee. So I've got it. If you haven't got the rank, you can't see them, essentially.
Yeah, chocolate with salty chocolate is so good.
Maybe it should be good to have that back, I guess. I don't believe you should see them.
It may have been moved to a high command report. Viv?
I can have a look. I don't think so. Let me see. What was it called? Do you remember?
I am on an aggressive calorie
Chatterbox
deficit, dude.
and Hounds are the two keywords.
Yeah. I've been lifting weight, lifting heavy, eating well.
No, I'm sorry. Command reports 44204.
What the fuck? The fuck did that guy just type in chat?
I received a phone box from Chatty saying that whoever's state ID is 11684, which is Bubba, tell them to lock their car. He stated that he took 25 IFAXs from the car. Actually, Gray, I think you were with me. We checked the ID and it came back to Bubba. Then we asked him about it and he said there's no way he would have 25 in his car. Oxby and I then asked him again when he came back on duty 4 days later, and that's when he accused us of not caring about him and just caring about the hounds. And that's when Vale gave us the information.
That's insane.
I mean, in his statement, he says, "This is my block." You don't say that while sitting in your car, quote unquote, alone in the driveway of the hounds.
Yeah.
You don't say that on any block.
No.
I said that to Alfonso.
Anyway, I will finish up the report that I was working on.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and share it with everyone that needs it. And if I can help in any way. But if you can, do the subpoena back to the date of the 25th. That's when he was shot by the hounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you think it's too far.
Oh no, I think that's a good starting point right there. I was about to say
Drunken!
the most solid that we have. I know you mentioned a week of 10 weeks back, but
thank you so much, man. I appreciate
that's
you.
Way too much, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the 25th is reasonable, and we've got a justification for why that day. So let's just flesh it out on paper.
It's also a direct link to.
Possible.
Yeah, it's a direct link too because that was one of his grievances. Yeah. His attitude towards high command. So that's pretty solid ground.
The information that I know about Johnson is back on 27th of February, but that's way too far. I think starting on the day of the hound situation with Bubba would be the best.
Yeah. And you mentioned he's been more in contact with I believe it was Johnson and or was it somebody else?
Well, Johnson's his best friend, I would say. But yeah, him and Frodo are pretty close, and they've just cultivated this mindset that command and high command's bad. Frodo and Bubba are your only saviors. That's the mindset.
Yeah. Well, given how he's open with information and what Mona as an example, and then what the PPOs have said, I think if there's any other follow-up, I think we have some candidates to follow up on. But
yeah, I'm hoping that somewhere in those texts there will be something to solidify a lie or a deception that will definitely open the door a little wider.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I would genuinely ask for his their 2-week phone subpoenas. I don't know if that's. I do it with these guys all the time. It's part of our employment. I know that may have a negative side effect, but like I'm kind of the opinion if you a damn cop and you can't give your high command vote subpoenas, there's an issue, right?
There's a voluntary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down to ask Frodo if I have high command's blessing.
I don't see the harm in asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could ask, and you could frame it from the point of view of we're looking to see if something may have triggered Bubba.
Mm.
I would
I
love
don't
to
even say
hear.
why necessarily, unless he starts to get into it. But I'd just be like, listen, we're conducting this investigation.
Yeah.
As part of that, we're asking for the last 2 weeks of your phone records. You have to comply, but most people should. People forget that this job is a privilege and not a right.
We may have a bit of a skewed perspective as well, because would we ask for 6 months or something?
We our people, we go 6 months.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Yeah, we don't mess around.
And then if
but
there
2
even
weeks
is a belief that there could be wrongdoing, we reissue a 2-month subpoena. Yeah.
I'll have to tell Jimmy to stop sending me photos.
Oh my God.
Yeah, here I am lying in ICU, right, unconscious. He's in his pajamas taking selfies, thinking this is fun.
Oh,
Jesus.
you might miss him, okay?
Fine, we let Springfield filter through all that before we review them.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, I think I heard him say something about, oh great, I inherit a house and $10 million.
Oh my God.
What?
This isn't muted.
I think that's just a way of showing a lot of concern. That's all.
Yes, Wayne, you are right.
That's concerning.
Can you delete text?
No.
Not if we get it from a phone subpoena. It comes straight from the...
Okay. Just checking.
You wait until people see Nikki's text that she's been sending to people.
Oh my God.
She asked me if I was alive. I said, if you had the baby. She goes, okay, fair play.
No, I know. She told me what she'd sent to you.
I know.
Wasn't happy.
All right. I'll keep working on this. If you guys need anything,
all right.
I'll be around.
Hell yeah.
And I truly believe that you're gonna probably find more than you need to know.
We are stacked up right now.
I bet you Bubba. I bet you Frodo will say no.
Yeah. I think that's still it's a good data point though as well, right? Even when they say no. Is Key around?
He will be soon. He's resting at the moment.
I gotcha.
And then just because I want to reference that command report.
Yeah, he's not on duty yet.
Tags back.
Which one? Say again.
My sergeant tags.
Oh, Ruby, do you want Groovy to have his sergeant tags back? Yeah.
Listen, giving him senior was the best thing we could have done. The rumor mill ran like crazy. Jack Voss was, oh hell yeah. Oh, I see you've been demoted. Yes, they do, the little buggers. Key and I did it on purpose. We couldn't wait to hear who was going to do the little chitter chatters.
I've done it for you now, okay, Gravy?
Thanks.
You want to find out who your little snakes are? Change someone's rank.
Oh my God, I think all the ranks got renamed. Is this how Rhodes broke everything?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay.
Still can't search FTO reports.
To be fair, it's less. It happened with us as well. There's like a issue where when you create new ranks and you synchronize them, some of them unsync. So, definitely recommend taking photographs of any. How you doing, Kate?
A lot of 71s on Innocent.
Yeah.
God damn, he heard us say his name.
Hi, Key.
Howdy, everyone.
Oh my God. Massive.
Hey, Captain.
I'm just trying to.
Howdy, Graham.
Just trying to find the sergeant rank because they've all changed name.
Oh no.
No. I'm not doing no secret handshake or anything. Listen, Ruby, it was necessary.
Okay. So
Is your
here we
hair
are.
purple?
Why is everybody's
Let's
hair
focus on
turning
what we're
purple?
talking about and not about what I'm doing. All right? Don't worry about me.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Oh.
What the fuck was that?
We're working with the marshals to put in a phone subpoena, hopefully to go back to the day of the hound shooting. Gravy is going to be helping out. He got his sergeant role back, and permissions have been updated.
Check that for me.
Yep.
We have sent Frodo on administrative rest because he's so emotional. He clocked on duty today and was straight at CMC saluting.
Wow.
I did bring up the fact that he handed over his guns and, to Hemsworth and told you, he couldn't trust himself and that obviously he was under a lot of stress.
We're good, ass chief.
We're putting in a subpoena and we're hopefully going to get something that may give us some hints. And for Bubba. And Gravy is going to ask Frodo to give us a voluntary phone subpoena, of which I believe he will deny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Any questions for Key?
Do you know of, are you aware of any conversations between Frodo and Bubba that would indicate they're in either A, intent to transfer, B, statements about unhappiness, effectively anything that would infer that there was the actions that took place in this room may have been predetermined or been a lead up to conspiracy to destabilize this department upon their transfer?
Now, I don't know of a specific instance where Frodo and Bubba spoke recently. There was a conversation maybe like a month or two ago, before I was a captain, when there was a different P&T lead, and Frodo pulled in himself, Bubba, and a gentleman named Polo, who were our FTIs, minus a few, and basically said along the lines of, do not listen to command. They don't know what's going on. They're out of touch with the shift, and just listen to me and we'll handle hiring. Bubba was reprimanded for that. Oh, sorry, Frodo was reprimanded for that, and we continued moving forward. But it's always been something that's held him back from my trust to get, sergeant, which is one of the things he wants and has wanted. Now, that was old. All I know about recently is there was a meeting at Kyle Pred's house, where there was Kyle, Peach, Frodo, Crystal, and I'm unsure who else. I know about the meeting because I was there, along with some of the people in this room, because that day the clowns breached Kyle's house, and it was a 78s. Now, when we all went out of there, I saw the people that were present, one of which was Frodo, who had clocked off early from... Basically, I don't know if we had done interviews that day, but he had left early. Like, he'd clocked off for that meeting. And I learned from Crystal yesterday, and I asked that everybody keeps this, please, like, close to your chest. But I learned yesterday that she arrived at that meeting and heard stuff so damning that she doesn't believe that Frodo said it and is the same person how he acts. Apparently, he does not like me. He will not be led by me. As a matter of fact, he hates the department here and the shift. And he swore his loyalty to Peach. And if you don't believe me, we can get Crystal in here, but that's what was said. He swore his loyalty to Peach, and the very next fucking day, called me on the phone and said, I'm so happy that you're captain. You're doing so amazing. Peach and T is dead, and we are full on board for Key and T, I'm going to do everything I can to aspire to your vision. Now, does that answer the Bubba question? No. But I just want to put that out there for Mr. Frodo. I know with confirmation, without a shadow of a doubt, that he is a liar. That is not even beyond question. I don't know what specifically was said in that meeting, but it was so bad that Crystal didn't even think that it was true, and it caused her to question how he could act so friendly around me and the rest of Shift 2 Command in this room, because it was so opposite. She said it was like he was a different person.
I mean, I believe it just based on those crocodile tears.
Yeah.
Just earlier today. Is
But
yeah.
he was off duty while doing this?
Yeah. He'd clocked off. I just wanted to add that because it's just for how I and we are going to handle Frodo, like that for me is another. It's so outlandishly crazy that swearing loyalty to someone just sounds odd. Very odd.
I'm very familiar with that phraseology as well. So,
and just so everyone's aware, they are not happy with Crystal in any capacity because she's brought up questions of that's not my experience, and as a result, they've ostracized her.
You know,
I'm trying to look for the photos. I have the
Carmine
photos,
other day
chat.
said some weird shit to me about Crystal, saying that Crystal's snake and
What?
Yep.
Who ostracized? So they've all ostracized her.
Yes, yeah. Kyle hasn't spoken to her in weeks. They don't talk to her, and
oh my god.
Yeah, it's to the point now where I said to Crystal, we spoke last night where she told me this. I said, God forbid, if I was out of the picture, and because the problem for her and Kyle with her is it's me specifically. It becomes a thing of it's not the department that does problem, it's the fact that someone's contesting Kyle's dynamic with her. That's what's the problem is. So I said, if I was out of the picture, it's so bad for her now that even if there was nothing to argue over, I still think that they would probably ostracize her. Like, that's how bad it is for Crystal. Even if I was out of the picture and gone tomorrow, they would still be treating her differently because she spoke up and didn't mindlessly agree with them.
Key, I sent you a photo. Is it on that day?
Did someone get arrested? We can look that up.
No, it was a call where the clowns ran into Kyle's house. They wrenched a bunch of people, and then we sent them to Senior Buns to do 2 hours of community service.
I remember that day because I shot Thunder Quinn in the face with a shotgun.
Yeah, could you maybe find the date?
Yeah,
because
we have a lot of photos on the series of meetings, including but not limited to when officers were going to said meetings while being on duty. That might corroborate. Oh man, yo, that's fucking insane.
Yep.
It was almost 20 days ago.
20 days?
Yeah.
Okay. Yo. Okay.
Ruby, Has anyone else spoken to Omar Little yet? Because I spoke to him yesterday.
No.
I spoke with him yesterday as well.
He basically told me, and Gray can give his what happened to him. He basically told me that he realizes he's been caught up in all this bullshit. He went and spoke to Bubba at the prison yesterday, and he said that he's not well in the head, and he doesn't trust a word that he says after everything that he's done. Apparently, when they had their meeting about their feelings, he turned up and made it about them, and just wouldn't break off from the fact that his command had fucked him over, when that wasn't what Omar was trying to express. This was a guy just trying to express that he's struggling as a PPO and is having trouble breaking out of his shell. And Bubba was the one that talked to that command. And he realizes now that he is off his fucking rocker and he wants nothing to do with that. And he just wants to be a good cop and do his job. So I am
that adds up.
I'm pretty content with how he acted. And I'm just going to keep my eye on him and just see if there's anything that goes against that. Maybe any clandestine meetings. But I'm fine with Omar.
I mean, we're the ones that vouched for him to be hired.
Yeah, and I let him know that.
Frodo didn't even want him.
You know what the crazy part is? I learned yesterday, Ruby, that he told him the opposite. He said that he was the one getting hired.
Yo,
that is deplorable. Yep.
What in the fucking Lord of the fucking Snakes? Yo.
Who knows?
Yo.
Do you know how he actually got hired? Crystal told me how she did it. You'll all love this. So when we were, like, for reference, right? We had a class of cadets.
What?
One was Tim Evers and one was Omar. And they were our top picks, you know? Like, they were, wow, these guys kicked it out of the park. Tim Evers was a cadet in my class that had to leave for 6 months for, you know, reasons. And then we told him to come back, you know, dismissed on good terms. And Omar was just a good applicant. They were at the top of the list. We come on duty the next day after unanimously agreeing, and neither of them were given keys. We speak about it, and I tell Crystal, who was the co-lead of P&T, Crystal, like, you gotta get us these cops. Like, we need them. You have to. Crystal went into the Peach and Team meeting, and when they brought up Omar Little's name, you know what Crystal said? She said, oh, that's a pred vouch. And they went, oh, okay. And they let him in. They changed their mind.
Oh.
Crystal told me the only way he was able to get hired is because she said, oh, yeah, that's a pred vouch. And they just didn't question it further.
Crazy.
After he was denied. So they denied him. Then they went to a meeting the next day. And Chris was like, oh, yeah, pred vouch, sent him through. And they were like, oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Huh.
What?
Yep.
What the fuck? Yo.
Are you guys planning on speaking to Frodo as soon as you can?
I think Ruby said she wants the subpoena results.
The subpoena results first?
Yeah.
I think if we can hopefully get a rush on those,
yeah,
it may solidify our decision.
So we got Ruby and Key here. V and Wayne, what else do we need in terms of statement collection? The 3 PPOs?
I have got Mona's statement regarding the conversation she had with Bubba. I can share that with you now. Give me a sec.
Okay. Yeah, it's just re-questioning the PPOs.
Which are who? Lucy is one. She's on duty.
Paul Hammerstein Jr. And I think you guys mentioned
Omar Little.
Yeah.
Yo, what
Omar and
the
Hammerstein
fuck?
I don't see around at the moment.
Hammerstein's usually a little bit later in the shift too. I usually see his name pop up around that time.
So we'll start cooking with what we got for now. Collate those and then
Paul's
hopefully
around.
He is? Oh.
Yeah, Paul's on duty. He's just 10-7 at the moment. And Lucy's probably somewhere in the city.
Yo!
I can get you her number.
Perfect. Yeah, Lucy's here on duty. And then the third one was Omar.
Yeah, Omar, he's a little later in the evening.
Lucy's actually on duty.
I've been listening. She's been doing quite well.
Yeah, she has. I was on a scene with her earlier. She was doing really good.
She's a goes by feels kind of lady, so I'm sure you'll enjoy talking to her.
All right. I think let's break and start grabbing that stuff up, get it all together, and we can get the subpoena in as soon as possible.
All right,
Beautiful.
Let's do it.
Cool. Good stuff.
If you need anything, Key and I will be around for a while.
Okay. Easy.
Yeah, I'll be here to the end of the shift.
I'll come. I'm concerned with these two because I know I see you guys like every day. So I want to get these two first, and then we'll come back and wrap around.
Okay, dude, I'm listening in on this.
So,
thank you,
right.
everyone.
All right.
If
Yes,
you need me for
absolutely.
anything, or once stuff is ready for review and signing, let me know, and I'll get it submitted.
Okay, I'm gonna call Lucy.
All right. Are you having that conversation with Lucy over here?
Yeah. Can I use this office?
I'm afraid this might freak her out. This room.
Okay. We'll go to the T corner.
Yeah. Or you can.
If you want to use
go,
observatory, you're free to.
Yeah.
Or go to the warehouse.
There's a beanbag couch and everything. It's pretty cool.
I mean, you guys can use the warehouse whenever you want. I mean, there's
Ooh.
like 20,000 rooms in there.
Yeah, let's go use the warehouse.
Ooh, hell yeah! All right.
So we'll go use the warehouse.
Blunt, I'm gonna need.
All right.
Hang on a second.
Let's go down
Blunt.
there. We'll call her down there.
You got keys.
Brian
right?
Flores wants to chat.
Okay.
Okay, I need just a little bit. I'm gonna help these guys out, and I'm gonna think about getting some nourishment. So
Okay, just let him know we'll be with him in a bit if you can.
will do.
Ruby, good to see you.
Hey, well, let's catch up in a bit. I need to get some nourishment, and then
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.